Hi, this is Regeline Sabat, also known as Gigi. You're listening to Walk With Me podcast. My guests today are Rosie Paulsen and Melanie Ache. And today we are going to discuss the upcoming leadership conference that will take place on May 15th at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern. Welcome back to the show, Rosie and Melanie.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, great to be here.
Likewise, it's an honor to have both of you ladies here today. Now, I need both of you to introduce yourselves. Let's start off with our keynote speaker of this event, Rosie Paulsen.
Hello, everybody. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good everything is happening now in social media, so you don't know where to start. But a good way in Spanish is hola. My name is Rosie Paulsen. I am a commissioner, a Medicare insurance broker, a public speaker, and in 2020, I purchased the book, which you see back in this corner, really right here, called Ñeque, The Mindset to Get What You Want. And we will be talking about ñeque and what does that mean, which it has to do a lot with your resilience, which is your mindset. Thank you, Gigi.
You're welcome. And Melanie Ache, who is our Master of Ceremonies for this event, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Yes, this is, I don't know how many we've done of these, Gigi. This is amazing. And I love leadership, so I am really excited to be here. I am the founder of Everyday Leaders, and I am a professional coach for your purpose. So my topic is going to be start with why, because I know when you start with why, that's the very first step to putting everything else in your life together like a puzzle. I'm really excited because through John Maxwell's leadership training and following Simon Sinek for years as a mentor of mine, it's unbelievable the things that I've been able to create in my own business for coaching and consulting for individuals and corporations that are really trying to put those pieces together. So I look forward to doing this event with you, Gigi. It's one of many, and I'm sure we'll continue this to add value to the world in so many ways, and so many leaders that are coming for this conference, 4 hours. And so it's really exciting to see what we're going to be hearing from each of them.
Yes, ma'am. This is just the beginning. Now, Melanie Ache, you are the founder of Everyday Leaders, which is awesome. What does leadership mean to you? And what was your vision for your company, Everyday Leaders Professional Coaching and Consulting?
Okay, so what leadership means to me is so many things, right? I think it starts with ourselves. For me, I was born an only child. I didn't have a lot of influences like a lot of people. And I think of that as a gift today because I didn't have a lot of noise to confuse me. I really followed my heart from being very young, and learning that as a consistent pace, it has helped me gain confidence about my life, again, from very young, following the same disciplines. And then saying, as I got older, as I was turning 50, in fact, I was eliminated from a job. And I thought, why do I feel so yucky? Why do I let that define me? And so I decided, hey, it was really the time to invest in myself and then lift others up. And I developed the platform Everyday Leaders to celebrate people that are living their lives with success, to share their stories, to realize that they actually are enough. They don't need anyone else to validate what they feel, what they believe, and who they can become. And so I just love this journey. It's been over 4 years now, and I think the platform is growing and people are starting to tell me, hey, I'm an everyday leader because, and I just love that because I know that it's a positive impact, right? And so that's what's exciting to me, is knowing that so many things are planned for 2021. I can't wait to break out of COVID so that we can go around and do the things that we're dreaming about to connect to the communities. So,
likewise, my friend. Now, Rosie Paulsen, what does leadership mean to you?
Well, this is funny because, when you're a woman, when you talk about leadership, they always think, oh, she's bossy, or, or she thinks she knows what it is. In the male psyche, being a leader is automatically, right? And it comes to me that I realized that I was a leader from being very, very young. So I am the oldest of 3 siblings, but in my country of Ecuador, 30 plus something years ago, being a female was put in an automatic box that you needed to learn how to cook, clean, and be a good wife because you were not good for anything else. And more than anything, you couldn't play soccer. And I was a great basketball player. And my father started to coach a soccer team, which in Ecuador is football. Here in the United States is soccer. And I couldn't play because I was a girl. But I was so good at being a basketball player that when they allowed me to play, I was actually a goalkeeper, which is another of those coveted positions that you cannot play. But with my dealing and my leadership style and convincing, I actually was able to thrive. But one day I walked into the field and realized that all my friends, which they were boys, were playing with this young girl who was blonde and green-eyed, and she was white. So I was wondering at one moment, first I kind of felt a little bit left out for a reason. And then I start to think, why they're playing with her and not with me when she's a girl like me? And somebody says she's an American. And that's when I realized I needed to find out what American was. There goes my leadership again. And I was able to find out that she was a missionary from the United States that came to share the gospel into Ecuador. And I remember running to my mom's house, to our house. I was about 10 years old. And I tell my mom, I know how I'm going to make it and be able to play soccer without anybody telling me no. We need to move to the United States, and I need to meet this guy named Jesus. And we will be okay, Mom. We will be okay. So just leadership comes with things that people or stories in your life where they want to corner you and put you into this box so somebody else in their history can make sense of who you are. But once you find your purpose, like Melanie says, you can then find and hone those skills, persist, that will persevere, and it will pivot into whatever you want to accomplish. And that's part of what the Ñeque components are. But the reality is, it's all about how you find yourself, use those leadership's authentic skills to show and reflect who you are so your pain thrive, which is looking for you, find you, trust you, and do business with you.
I love it. Now, you all received 4 questions that came in from an anonymous source. The first question is, what are the qualities of a true leader?
So should I go first, Melanie, or you want to go?
Go right ahead.
Go on.
I mean, to me, the biggest one is authenticity. You know, in this world of social media, you have to be the same as you are in social media on the video and as you are in person. Because if you try to be who you are, first of all, is actually pulling the wrong people into your business, people that is going to end up costing you money because you're trying to serve not your tribe, but somebody else's tribe. But not only that, you start with having to remember where the light started, so you're not authentic anymore, right? And that comes with the ethics part of being in a business, where if you say you are one thing, but you're doing another, right? People catch on those things. And in this world, it's all about the authenticity, the relationship that you're building of being you, and how that person that wants to do business with you, because there is that people, find you by you using the tools necessary in your business or in life so they can find you.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Melanie Ache?
She stole mine.
I'm sorry, Melanie.
No, I was getting ready to say, you said it, right? It is about being authentic. And because you find the people that you are supposed to have in your tribe. When we talk about tribe and the 5 people that, you know, our mentors always talk to us about, you become the 5 closest people that you surround yourself with. And so sometimes those people look like they're real or they look like they're inspiring you, but maybe there's something that you find out about them that is like, wow, I don't believe what they believe. And so you have to quickly pivot. And I think what leadership means is becoming aware of those signs that if it's not authentic, if the people that you're also having be mentors to you aren't authentic in your journey, you have to know when to leave that. And you have to know how to put the right people, the authentic people in your circle, because that helps you stay true and consistent and credible. Without doing that, you can lose all kinds of credibility and not even know it and not be intentional about it, but just be, you know, part of that, guilt by association, right? So you have to be really careful as you're growing your business and growing your leadership and learning about your journey. So many times that you can get blindsided, right? And so you have to be really careful. It's happened to a lot of our own mentors. You hear stories like, gosh, I didn't know that I made that decision. And so you have to really pay attention and learn what they learned and then try to apply that to your own life. Because I think authenticity is easy for us, but it's difficult when we say we have a group of people that we're following and we want them to also be on the same journey, and not everybody is. So you have to be really careful and intentional about who you surround yourself with.
That's right. Be intentional about who you surround yourself with. Very powerful. Thank you. Now, the next question is, what topics will the two of you ladies share at the leadership conference? Let's start off with Rosie.
All right. So mine is the name of my book, which is Ñeque, which is actually a Quechua word from the tribe of Otavalos from Ecuador, and it means resilient. And grit is the other synonymous name or word for it. But it's about resilient and how you keep that to continue to be an excellent leader, right?
I love it. Melanie Ache?
Here we go. Start with why. I'm on a journey to help people find their why. I think learning values and leadership principles for so long and having my mentors that have really taught me how to find your real purpose. People say, oh, I know my why. I want to lose weight, or I survive for my kids. And that's really not what it's about. So I'm going to help you learn what Simon and a team of people have discovered that is so powerful that it changes the conversation. It helps you show up authentically so that you can serve in a bigger capacity.
I love it. Start with why. Now, Gretchen joined us. She says, greetings from Florida. Thank you for listening in, Gretchen.
Hi, Gretchen.
Yes. Now, the next question is, what is your favorite leadership quote? Let's start off with Melanie and then Rosie.
Oh my gosh, I have so many of them. All right. One of my favorites, because Rosie brought up soccer and playing as a girl in a guys league. I was playing ice hockey as the only girl in a boys league for 12 years. So one of my favorite quotes is, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And that's from Wayne Gretzky. And that is so true, because it comes up to my why of challenge and thinking you really have to show up and take the initiative and be intentional every single day, or you're going to miss out.
I love it. Very powerful. Rosie, what is your favorite quote, leadership quote?
Yes, and this comes from Steve Jobs, and it's in my book actually, because I had to start with that, right? The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. And that's that leadership, right? So you have this idea, you have this goal, and it had to scare you so much to the point that you sometimes cry, or you think, am I crazy? And people are thinking, do I have to call the psychiatric people to take this person because she's so crazy about this idea? It has to move you so much. But that's what, that crazy idea is what's going to drive that business or that community impact that you are making. And that's why I love that quote from Steve Jobs, because, there's the doers and there's the ones that do, the ones that just wait for the doers to do the stuff. I'm one of those doers. I want to be doing something.
Yes. And you are also a mover and shaker. I love it. Yes. Now, the next question is, describe your experience with being a leader in your community and describe a time when you faced the challenge and what did you do?
I'll let Melanie go first now, because I'm always thinking, go, Melanie.
Melanie, go ahead.
Gosh, first of all, I just think here's what it is to me is, when you are a leader in your community, it's sometimes scary to step forward, because you as a leader can see things before other people. And if you can kind of make sense out of what needs to be done, you've got to step up and either volunteer or create the resources for other people to follow. And it's not easy. It's really scary. Sometimes you do it alone and you feel like your voice is going to get really frail and squeaky if you stand up and believe in something that not a whole lot of other people will speak about. Now, you may have people that do believe it, but it's always that quiet person in the room that says, hey, I have a question. And then 10,000 others say, hey, I had that same question too, right? But being the leader is asking the question first and then creating the resources so that you can make change happen. Because I really do. That's my campaign, right? Everyday leaders do change the world. And so, Rosie, we're right on target with that. It's happening. We have to be the power to make that happen, though.
Yep.
That's right. We have to be the power to make it happen. Yes, ma'am. Now, ladies, thank you for being a guest on Walk With Me podcast. Now, where can the audience find both of you ladies? Rosie, let's start with you.
Well, my website is www.rosiepaulsen.com. My phone number is 813-909-6965. And my email is rosie@rosiepaulsen.com. And all my social media platforms are under Rosie Paulsen.
I love it. And Melanie Ache?
Yep. You can find me at everydayleaders.com. And my email is make. So Melanie Ache, MAKE at everydayleaders.com. And you know what? It's so exciting because as you become an everyday leader, there are so many things that you can join our tribe in doing. And part of that is joining some of these amazing events that Gigi has been hosting. So join us and find out more about everything.
And really quick, Gigi, I forgot to say it. So for me, that last question, I recently embraced that I get hired to break glass ceilings. Because at that moment, sometimes I did not even know that myself. Because when you are touching a nerve, sometimes you get the people that they're called the haters, or the ones that they don't like it. I actually call those people I do not like Rosie season members, but they're there temporarily. Because at the end of the day, if I get hired to break the glass ceilings, I'm gonna upset some people along the way. But eventually, once the glass ceiling is broken, they come to the party and we all celebrate. So just embracing that and to know what your purpose is and your why, like Melanie say, is what's gonna make the whole difference on changing your leadership style, who you are, and how you're gonna impact your community.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to reserve your virtual seat today. Go to Facebook and go to the search engine and type in Leadership Conference and reserve your virtual seat. Again, this is a conference that you do not want to miss. The information provided at this event regarding the topics that are regarding leadership will not be found anywhere else. Reserve your virtual seat today. And we have a surprise guest who will be playing a song for us, but you won't find out until the conference. So reserve your virtual seat today, and the link will be provided in the comments. Ladies, thank you again for being on the podcast, but also for sponsoring the leadership conference. I appreciate both of you.
You're welcome.
Ciao. Thank
See
you.
you on the 15th.